Hello, I'm Aaron Davis with Fast Pinball. We're here at the Texas Pinball Festival in the Homebrew space. We're doing our little PINDEVCON event, like deep diving into what it takes to make homebrew games. Right now I'm here with Ernie Silverberg and Beavis and Butthead Pinball Machine. Ernie, tell us a little bit about your game to kick it off here.
Originally was going to start off as a Goonies. There was a rumor that somebody was making the Goonies, so I decided I don't want to do something else that somebody else was doing. Went through a bunch of themes, and somebody, I don't remember who it was, mentioned, hey, what about Beavis and Butthead?
There it is.
And I wanted something fun. My last game was really kind of more serious. It was a video game, you know, fighting that. So Beavis and Butthead I thought was perfect. There's a lot of, I think it's been so much fun doing it because it's just so dumb. Like there's so many different dumb things that I can do with it that I'm working on it, putting in videos, doing shots, and I mean I'm laughing the whole time that I'm doing it because it's just so funny.
So I got up to get in front of Beavis and Butthead to play, and somebody walks up behind me, and every time Beavis or Butthead would make a call out, he'd start laughing over my shoulder, and it took me back to like high school, hanging out with my buddy Eric. We'd sit on the couch after work, and he'd be giggling about whatever came up. So I'm in tears laughing at this guy laughing behind me. And again, that's what the whole homebrew scene is about here, is like just getting here, having fun, meeting people, and playing some good pinball.
So,
like how much does the show feedback work into your design process and refinement?
So just for an example, I brought it to Expo. I had a buck right here, and one thing I noticed is that while people were playing, it stopped the gameplay so much that it, you know, I think it kind of not turned off people, but you had to wait every time it hit it. So brought that back, made it into a 360 ramp, so it just flies up.
You know, and I think that's a really good insight from watching the gameplay, because that's the angle with where that scoop would have been is like one of the most commonly shot points from the left flipper here. So turning this around to that 360 shot is like really much more satisfying, especially for new players that are saying like, look what I just did there.
Yep. And then I actually put a ball lock into the toilet paper roll, which was a lot cooler. It's the only game with a toilet paper roll lock. So.
And that's the kind of claim to fame you can have in homebrew pinball, the first toilet paper lock. With these games and getting them to shows and stuff too, I think that it helps you get to that progress point to keep the project moving along. You know, like the idea of like having shows as a milestone and a marker for things. Do you find that's a good incentive for you?
Yeah, I think it's a great incentive. You'll talk to Kyle that did the Friday the 13th later.
Okay, yeah.
He gave himself a deadline for TPF 2024, and that pushed him to finish the game. He started off from one of my kits. I'll let him tell you about that.
This is at the Texas Pinball Festival at the Homebrew space at our little PINDEVCON kind of event. Go make some homebrew pinball.